What's up, PT Legends? Give me 2 seconds. We're going to start in a couple seconds. Just want to make sure I have everything set up properly here that we have to go through today. Everybody should definitely watch this training, by the way. Make sure I have everything. Okay. Yeah, let me just set this up right here. All right. All right. Awesome. What's up, guys? What's up, PT Legends? So today we are going to go over what's the topic of today? How to create and edit Hormozi style reels and create 90 pieces of content in 2 to 4 hours per month. Okay, so I'm going to walk you guys step by step through how to have really good high quality reels with all the fancy edits and captions and creating really powerful reels that crush it in the game. Okay, so I'm going to go through this quickly and then I'm going to actually physically show you how we do it and what applications use and stuff. Okay, to save you guys a lot of time and headache. So step one is going to be to script out your video script for your reels prior to recording the actual reel. So I put an example below of mine right here, and we'll go through that in a second. Okay. So make sure you guys, use the content calendars to get ideas for scroll stopping hooks, use the pain, problem, solution, vision, call to action frameworks, make sure that it speaks to your ideal client avatar. And then when you're done making that script, ask yourself, does this speak to my ideal client avatar? Okay. Step two is to actually record your video. You can record it on your phone. You don't need a fancy camera. Now, you're going to record each part of the script by turning your camera on and then off. That's option one. Option two is if you're going to use a better software and you're pretty good at editing, then you can just record it without ever stopping the video, and then you can snippet it out. Third thing is you want to use a good microphone. Amazon has pretty decent ones for like $20 because your voice actually matters a lot, sometimes more than the video quality. Step three of this is going to be cutting out all the blank spots where you're not speaking. And I'm going to give you guys context on all this in a second. So you want to use Spark Camera, or Spark Camera will edit the videos and snippet out all the spots where you're not speaking. Or you can use if you guys are a little bit more advanced using some type of editing software, then you can just speak freely and then edit it out, 1 5-minute video or whatever. Okay. You're going to use this application to cut out all the spots where you're not speaking, where you're looking at your script. Because basically what you're going to be doing is looking at your script, looking at the camera, looking at the script, looking at the camera. Okay. And then you're going to save that video to the camera roll. And then step three is just adding the captions. The application Captions is really good. It's in the Apple Store. Upload the video to it, add the captions, save to your phone. Step four is obviously just post it. Check your analytics to see when your audience is most active. It's usually anywhere between 12 and 6. For me, it's between 12 and 3. Add a few hashtags, add your caption, post the content on social media platforms. Okay. So now let's get into the actual visual of this training. So I'm going to give you guys an example of script framework. So obviously, if you click here, you guys got your content calendars with hundreds of hooks and shit to talk about. All you got to do is scroll down here. Sorry, my computer's slow. And then there's 4 months, literally 4 months of done for you content, all these different hooks and CTAs, so on and so forth. So we're just going to go through one example because, we don't need to go through all 4. I picked this one, hook. If you're a client identity, that means your ideal client avatar, and struggling with problem, this is for you. Save this post for later, right? Most people try mistake in order to solve problem, but that actually might be making it worse. And here's why. So most people try, what are they doing this mistake? What are they doing that sucks? That's not working. Throw rocks at the opposing vehicles in order to solve this problem. Why are they facing this problem? Is it undereating? Is it overeating? What is it? And then you're going to say that might be actually making it worse. Here's why. And then you're going to go in detail in the video. So now that we have this framework, we're going to put it all together using the pain, problem, solution, vision, which is the most popular framework for copywriting that attracts people. Okay. Some people word it and verbalize it differently, but it all comes down to this, just in different words that I use. And I find this to be the easiest. So pain is going to be, if you're a mom, and struggling with burning stubborn body fat after having kids, and no matter what you try, nothing seems to work, save this post for later. So my ideal client avatar is a mom struggling with that body fat, from having kids, hormones, that sort of stuff. So now we're going to take this and we're going to put this into a reel. And this is how you easily do it. Let me show you how I have this set up. So this is my video script that I'm actually going to be verbalizing in the video. But sometimes it's hard to remember everything we're going to say. So with that said, I have my phone right here, right? Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Okay, we got my phone right here, and that's going to be actually recording the whole time. And I'm going to record nonstop. That way there I can stay on task here. Okay. So again, step one is to script this out. Okay, like I just did here. This is scripting it out right here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look here, I'm going to remember this, and then I'm going to face my camera and record myself. And then I'm going to get this to the second part and do the same exact thing. Is this making sense so far?
Yeah.
Sweet. So let's put it all into action. So right now I just press the record button. It doesn't matter what I'm saying to you guys because I'm going to edit it out. So now I'm going to look at the camera. If you're a mom struggling with bonding, see how I messed up? Doesn't matter. Keep it recording. If you're a mom struggling with stubborn body fat after having kids, no matter what you try to do, nothing seems to work. Save this post. If you're a mom struggling with stubborn body fat after having a kid, save this post and like this so that you can learn how to overcome that. So I didn't do it perfect, but I just want to get through this fast. Okay. Now I'm going to stop recording because the software that we're going to use is on the phone. It's just easier to stop recording and then go again. However, if you have a better software, you can just record yourself, go back, record yourself, go back, record yourself, go back. But I'm not that advanced. I pay someone to do this. So reality is a lot of you guys aren't either. So now we're going to go to section 2 right here. Most moms try to cut their calories to the point that they're starving, undereating, and think that carbs are the enemy. Most moms try to cut their calories so low, they're undereating, starving themselves to lose weight and just gain weight more back. Okay, so I'm making a lot of mistakes here, but I just don't want to keep you guys for too long, okay? Now we're going to go to problem. And if you are making mistakes, that's okay. You just come back and say, oh, fuck, I fucked up. And you come back and you record, okay? Now we're going to say the problem with undereating is it's not sustainable and it's causing you to lose weight fast, but gain it back even quicker. The problem with undereating is that it helps you lose weight fast, but it's only to just gain it back even faster because it's not sustainable. Boom. We're going to come back here and then we're going to do this one, right? Most moms also have unbalanced hormones due to stress, life, age, and restrictive diets, which just pisses off your hormones even more, okay? Most moms and women in general go through some sort of stress, especially if you have kids, and just a day in the life of a mom can be pretty stressful, which causes your hormones to be imbalanced, and just restrictive dieting just pisses them off even more. And don't worry if it's not perfect too, because then it comes off more authentic sometimes when you make little mistakes. Okay, and then the last one is unbalanced hormones make it much more challenging to tone up and burn body fat after having a kid. Unbalanced hormones make it much more challenging to lose weight and frustrating, especially after having kids. Boom. Now we're going to go here. And notice how I keep bringing up, right? I keep bringing up my ideal client avatar. And again, pain, problem, solution, vision. So the pain is right here, stubborn body fat. The problem is that they're undereating, the hormones are fucked up, and more shit about hormones, stress, age, that sort of stuff, right? Now we're going to get into the solution. Here's how you fix that problem. It's totally normal for your hormones to fluctuate as a mom. So instead, to counter that out, so you can sustainably burn fat, do this. It's totally normal for your hormones to fluctuate and kind of go out of balance. So instead, try to do this. Okay? Eat more food. Yeah, I said it. Again, that's right. Eat more food, right? When I verbalize this, I'm going to put emphasis on eat more food because that's what's going to attract them. Eat more food. Yeah, I said it. Eat more food is a solution, right? And then we're going to go on here. Focus on resistance. Focus on resistance training. See, it doesn't matter if we made a mistake. I made a mistake there, and I'm just going to edit it out. Focus on anti-inflammatory foods and fermented foods because it's proven to help with balancing out hormones, women's hormones, and reduce inflammation. And then I'd really suggest for you to focus on anti-inflammatory, and then I really want to suggest for you to focus on anti-inflammatory foods and fermented foods, because it's proven to actually balance out your hormones and reduce inflammation. Boom. Now we're going to get into the outcome. What is the result of them implementing what you just said, right? It's going to allow them to balance their hormones, enjoy a sustainable meal plan, boost their metabolism, burn fat for life. As a result, this is going to counter out your hormones, balance you out, allow for you to burn fat for life, and just overall feel better. Imagine a life where you're able to eat more and lose more weight. Boom. So I did 2 of these at once just to knock it out the way. Now we're going to get into our call to action. I give you guys 3 different examples. Okay, my client Jenny did the same thing. If you don't have clients, don't worry, there's another example. My client Jenny did the same thing and in only 12 weeks was able to burn 15 pounds and completely change your life. If you want results like my client Jenny, then comment badass bomb below and I'll send you all the details. See, everything is surrounding my ideal client avatar, which is a badass bomb. Example 2, not sure what inflammatory or fermented foods to eat to achieve this? Comment or message me Mom Bob and I'll send you my free Mom Bob Fat Extinguisher Guide, 100% for free in the DMs. Boom. Example 3, if you'd like to learn more about how I'm helping moms reduce inflammation, tone up, balance out stubborn hormones, then comment Mom Bod below and I'll send the details. Boom. Example 4, if you found this helpful and you want to learn more about what those fermented foods are that can help you tone up and balance out your hormones, then comment hell yes and save this and stay tuned for tomorrow's post where I'll be going over that. So what this 4th one does is it keeps them locked into your profile for the next day's, show, right? So example 4 is really good if you're not trying to sell. Example 3 is good if you want to sell, right? And you don't always want to sell, but an example 2 is good if you want to sell, but you don't want to come off like you're selling. So you're using a free lead magnet to lure them in, which means you're not selling, but you are. Example 1 is just a straightforward, like, yo, let's work together. It's another salesy one. Okay. So I'm just going to do the first one to make it easy. My client Jenny used these same exact strategies. In only 12 weeks, she lost 15 pounds. Her hormones balance out and she feels better than ever. By the way, if you're interested in learning more about how we help Jenny do this, then just comment Mom Bod below and I'll send you all the info. Peace. Boom. We're done. I just did that in literally 6 minutes. We have a whole entire reel made. Okay. Now, this would be the option 2, which is a less scripted, more freely speaking. Okay. So this one, you'll put your headline, you'll go over your headline. And instead of being so scripted, you're just going to be like, okay. You're going to be like, okay, so the problem with undereating, guys, is that when you undereat, it's just not sustainable and you can't stick to it for long term. So typically people just end up quitting, they lose fat really fast, but then just gain it all back. So I just did that off the top of the dome, which works really well, right? And then if you fuck up, you can just, redo it. And then you come back and say, the second thing, guys, is that unbalanced hormones. A lot of women struggle with unbalanced hormones. And it's really challenging for them to balance them back out because they're eating all these dirty foods that society has honestly given us in America, and it really messes up your hormones. So instead, I'm going to go through some things that you can do here, right? So this one's more freely, more personal, more unique. And this works really well also. But if you suck at content, then just go with this one. And that's okay if you suck. And it's okay if you have to do this a few times. But what's nice about this is you guys can make mistakes and you can just edit all the BS out, okay, which I'm going to get to right now. Okay. And then after that, we're going to get into how to leverage this and create up to 100 and even more posts in literally 2 to 4 hours per month to save you guys some time. So I'm going to hop in here on my phone. All right. And I'm going to show you guys step by step so you guys have complete.
Should we have a CTA on every reel or post that we're making?
Yes.
Even before I make my offer post in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't have to be all salesy ones, right? They can do
right. Yeah, like yesterday I had one that had responses that wasn't salesy. So
yeah.
Okay.
And make sure that you guys always what the hell did I do? Make sure you guys are always responding to those comments, because the more comments, the more it gets boosted, the more Instagram essentially basically rewards you and shows you to more people. Okay. So, and you could even turn that conversation into a sales call, Elijah, depending on what he or she said.
Right.
You know, if they are asking for tips or something, you can hop in their DM. It's okay, bro. If people reach out to you now, start selling to them, right? We're just not going to really launch, you know, for a week or whatever we went over on your battle plan thing.
All right.
Hell yeah, bro. People are reaching out to you already. Get them
Yeah.
launched. You already did.
Hey, can I ask you one more question, bro?
Only if it's pertaining to this.
It
Questions for
is.
anything else, just hold it for after this
Okay,
training.
I'll hold it for after.
Thank you, bro. I'm almost done.
That's fine.
It's just because this is going to be in the course and stuff. Share. Screwing up here. Okay, there we go. All right. All right. So now you guys can see my screen, right? So now
Yes,
we're going to
sir.
use Spark Camera and we're going to put this all together. So as you can see, I did snippets only because the application I'm using. However, again, like I mentioned, if you guys are pretty good at editing or have some type of software like iMovie or whatever, then you can just, you can just record all at once. So this might be really slow on Zoom. Maybe I shouldn't have done it this way. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit too slow on Zoom. However, basically, you see all these parts where I'm looking at you guys, teaching you guys. We obviously don't want to show our audience that, so we're just going to cut it out and just import the part where I'm speaking, like here, right? Is that making sense?
Yep.
It's just taking long for it to do it because we're on Zoom and we're doing multiple other things at once. So I'm just going to show you of an example of one that, I've done myself. And I did the same exact thing here, right? Yeah, it's a pain in my ass. I'm just going to save it and show you on my camera roll. So once you're done editing it, right? So right here is like where you can edit it. You can make it like longer, shorter, so on and so forth, right? Each little video snippet. You're going to save it to your phone and then boom. This is the completed version, right? Personal training, overworked, underpaid, and wondering why everyone else seems to be crushing it online. That's where most personal trainers find themselves, stuck in the old time for money trap. The industry wants you to believe that that's the only way, but that's just not true. My name is Eric Anthony Klima, and I'm here to tell you that there's a way better opportunity with online fitness coaching. I've successfully helped clients like Cade go from getting fired from his job. So you guys get the point here, right? So it looks like I'm speaking all at once, but I'm not. I actually was doing the same thing. I was looking at my script and then I was coming back here. I was looking at the script and I was coming back over here. Okay. Now, what we're going to do after that is let me share screens again. After that, we are going to get to step 3, which is adding the captions. Okay. I'm a dumbass. So I'm going to share screens again to show you how to do that. Let me just get back in here. And that's going to be with an application called Captions. All right, so we're going to share screens. You guys see my screen? All right, perfect. Yep. Captions. Oops. I don't know if they have this on Android, but I'm pretty sure they do. And as you can see, I actually just did this one. We're going to add it here. We're going to go create. We're going to go to import. We're going to put our latest one. We're going to click done because we don't need to trim it down or nothing. We already did that with the other application. We're going to go to proceed with English. And now we have our finalized piece in just 60 seconds. With this application, you guys can add like emojis, pictures, stuff like that, but I feel like it just takes too long to do that. We want to implement with speed. It's not going to make a big difference. So I would just put the captions just to make it look good. You guys should always have captions on all your videos, whether it's on your story, whether it's on your feed. Everything should have, all videos should have captions. All right, so you see now how it has those nice captions. I don't know why it's not playing, but
Where?
well, I'm just going to export it because it takes too long in the app. So we're going to export it to camera roll. And then it just moves a little bit slow on Zoom. Okay, now we got it saved in here. But essentially what you can do is you can edit the captions in here, right? You can put the styles, like whichever style you want. You know, there's multiple different ones. You could change the colors. And the reason why it's called Hormozi is because Hormozi started doing like these style captions first, and then they kind of went viral. If you guys are not following Alex Hormozi, that's like a
Yeah.
must do. Now the completed project is done now, so it's going to look like this. With your personal training, overworked, underpaid, and wondering why everyone else seems to be crushing it online? That's where most personal trainers find themselves, stuck in the old time for money trap. The industry wants you to believe that that's the only way, but that's just not true. Make sense? Cool. And this is our final piece right here. Now, this is just one that I, you know, kind of just put together. But sorry that Spark is, I wanted to show you guys a fitness example, but Spark is being kind of slow. But it's that simple. See if it works now. If for some reason it's just not playing, I think it's because we're using Zoom at the same time and stuff. But basically, you're just going to add each little snippet that you made. So this was the first one. We already added that one. And then we would add this one. You know, we'd cut out all the fluff. And we would just keep the part where we're speaking, right? Like, which is right here. Boom. And then we'd add another one. Right? Boom. I'm not going to make it perfect just for the sake of not keeping you guys here for 2 years, but right. Boom. So on and so forth, right? Now it's going to be all in order for us. And if we have to snip any little things right here, whatever, you can still snip it a little bit if it was like too long or too short or whatever. Okay. Is this making sense, guys? Okay, cool. So I'm just going to download half of it just to make sure that everybody understands here. I'm not going to do the whole thing because it would just take too long. And again, this is called Spark and the other one's called Captions. That's all you guys need. Now, again, I want to remind you guys, like, you don't have to press record and then press off record if you guys have a different editing software. You can just literally keep it recording the whole time. Come back. Okay, fuck, I fucked up. Come back. Oh, damn, I did. Okay, move forward, so on and so forth. All right, and then boom. Let's see how it came out. having a struggling with stubborn body fat after having a kid, save this. Most moms try to cut their calories so low, they're under eating, starving themselves to lose weight and just gain weight more back. Problem with under eating is that it helps you lose weight fast, but it's only to just gain it back even faster because it's not sustainable. Moms and women in general go through some sort of stress, especially if you have kids, and just a day in the life of a mom can be pretty stressful, which causes your hormones to be imbalanced, and just restricted dieting just pisses them off even more. Hormones make it much more. So obviously if I was sitting down here and really it would come out 10 times better, but I just didn't want to have, like, as long as you guys get it, that's all I care about. Because it was a little hard to edit it while on Zoom and stuff, but hopefully you guys are getting the gist here. Okay. Now, what's next? So now, from here, you have it all done. You put it into, captions, you put the good, nice captions on there. Then from there, you're just going to post it. Now, what's the final thing I want to go over? Okay. Now, the way that you guys can leverage this, and this is more for, if you're making some moolah already, but the way you can leverage this and get like 90 posts in literally 2 to 4 hours per month is first you hire a script writer, a copywriter, a ghostwriter. They're basically all the same thing, and they make the scripts for you. So they literally do this part. They might just do this part, or they might even go a lot more detailed with this, depending on who you have. What I find works best is going more for an approach like this when you hire a copywriter. So it's more personal and it's actually you, because if they're choosing it word for word, it's just not going to be you. However, it still works. Okay. So a ghostwriter would do something more along the lines of this. They would give you a really good hook to say word for word, and they'd be like, okay, go over under eating, go over unbalanced hormones, so on and so forth. Okay. You can hire someone on Fiverr. You can look on Instagram, or LinkedIn is a great way to hire too. Again, if you guys are brand new, don't worry about this, but if you do have some extra cash, it does save you a lot of time. The second thing is hiring a video editor. The way you can do that is the same thing. You can look on Instagram, Fiverr, LinkedIn, or all good places. Usually they're anywhere from $5, $10, $15, $20 per video, unless you got like someone nasty. But you guys can basically get someone someone relatively new with where most of you guys are. Option 2 is you can just ask me, and I have multiple editors I can send to you that can help you out. I have cheaper ones in Europe and stuff like that, Russia, that used to do my old stuff, and they're good enough for you guys. Put you that for now until you guys are like generating a lot of money, and then you can get into like bigger people, and I have people for you to do that as well. The way that it works is a script writer writes out the hooks, the copy, and the content for you, like I just showed you, just exactly like this. It's almost like as if I came in your business and I'm like, hey bro, let's talk about this for 2 hours. Okay. And then he writes that out in bullet point list for a more unique personal strategy. That's the way that I prefer. Then you sit down on camera, right? You have your camera in front of you, and you basically record one long YouTube video with it. Okay. And then from that to the 4 hours that you're spending making that YouTube video, they cut little snippets out of it, 30-second reels out of it. And when you're doing this, you're not recording and stopping, recording, pressing the button. You're recording the whole time, but you are taking breaks, but the camera's running. And then you don't have to worry because the editor is going to chop it all up. So you can just be like, hey guys, here's 3 ways to, damn, I forgot what I was saying. You don't have to restart the video. You just be like, hey guys, here's 3 ways that you can burn stubborn belly fat and build muscle at the same time. And then you're going to look at your script. You're going to keep the video running. You're going to be like, okay, number 1 is to do blah, 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 blah. Number 2 is to do blah, blah, blah. Number 3 is to do this. And you do that for 2 hours. Usually it's 2 hours, sometimes 4, maybe 2 periods of 2 hours per month sometimes. And then the editor is going to cut out all the blank spots and quiet spots and things that you screwed up on. You're going to upload that to Google Drive. You're going to send it to your editor, and then your editor will chunk down all those small parts, and then also make a long form video for YouTube if you choose. You don't have to do that, but they can make a good video for YouTube as well. Either way, they'll create 30, 60, up to 90 reels from that 4-hour session, and then the editor sends them back to you via Google Drive, and then either you can distribute it on all platforms, or you can hire a VA to post all your content for you. So that's what I do. My whole entire content process is outsourced. I only spend 2 to 4 hours on content. Obviously, I've been doing this for a while, so you guys don't have to do that. But as you guys progress, you guys can start implementing some of this stuff to buy some of your time back. So hopefully this video helped with creating reels and videos and stuff. If you guys are watching in the group, just let me know your #1 takeaway. And your homework is to create 5 reels using these frameworks and using these tools. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace. Oh man, I wasn't recording that whole time. That sucks.